Animal Kingdom proves its biggest mistake was killing off Ellen Barkin Smurf. TNT's Animal Kingdom has finally come to an end with its sixth and final season.
The story came full circle with Jay, Finn Cole, taking revenge on the family that once terrified him and left his mother, Julia, Jasper Polish, estranged and unsupported. As devastating as it was for many fans, Animal Kingdom had always been Jay's story. Still, Smurf, Ellen Barkin, remained an essential character, with each season affirming that there'd be no story if it weren't for the sinister matriarch. As such, the decision to kill Barkin Smurf in Season 4 was mind-boggling. Although the show continued without her, the series finale, Fubar, proved losing Barkin was a huge mistake on multiple levels.
Barkin Smurf was a driving force, and her absence hurt the finale. Along with Jay, Smurf is the first character that audiences meet in Season 1.
From then on, it's clear Smurf is in charge and everyone in Oceanside, including her own sons and grandson, is terrified of her.
Smurf intersects with every character, and her present or past influence drives the majority of her family's entwined storylines.
Her decision to have Pope kill Catherine, Daniela Alonso, back in Season 1 became a plot point that continued into Animal Kingdom's most recent season, getting Pope sent to prison and resulting in the messy situation that followed. With every character's story linking back to Smurf, killing her off sent the show into a downward spiral of sorts. However, the series still managed to pull the focus back to the matriarch, bringing in Layla George to play a younger Janine Smurf Cody. While Animal Kingdom's flashbacks were enjoyed by fans who appreciated the psychology of how the Codys became the Codys, they could have existed with Barkin Smurf still alive. In fact, the series finale would have been more satisfying had she been around. Instead, Jay entirely directed his rage at his uncles, who didn't really deserve it. While their treatment of Jay was rough in Season 1, their acceptance of him grew as he proved his loyalty to the family. Not to mention they were victims of Smurf, too, and some of them were only children when Julia was thrown out of the house. Thus, Jay's revenge plan saw him punishing his uncles for the sins of their mother. It'd be one thing if Smurf had been there to grieve the loss of her sons or watch her kingdom literally burn around her, but she was already dead and Jay had continued his prodigy relationship with her pretty much up until her final moments.
As a result, Jay's betrayal lacked its intended oomph without Smurf around to witness it. Losing Barkin Smurf feeds into Hollywood's ageism and sexism issues.
While Hollywood has been slowly improving over time, it's no secret that TV and films frequently lack representation of older women in front of and behind the camera. Women over 50 are often sidelined to supporting roles, usually playing the mother or grandmother of the younger star cast members and nothing more. The Ageless Test, conducted by Tenna and the Geena Davis Institute, found that 2019's top-grossing films from the US, UK, France and Germany had no women over 50 in their leading roles. Those that did appear were often stereotyped as mentally feeble or senile, inflexible in thought and manner, and old-fashioned in morality and skills. With Barkin in her 60s while playing Smurf, the no-nonsense matriarch was a significant win for Animal Kingdom and for Barkin, who at the Tribeca Film Festival confirmed the well-written role for a woman her age was what attracted her to the series in the first place. In an HPFA interview, Barkin also expressed her joy with being able to play a character like The Godfather's Vito Corleone. While there are plenty of Vito Corleone-like roles for men, there are few to none for women. Katie Seagal's Gemma Teller from Sons of Anarchy may come to mind, but Seagal was almost 10 years younger than Barkin when she first started the role. Smurf was a grandmother and mother, but her story extended far beyond that, which is why killing her off so early disheartened many fans because her character, even if villainous, provided much-needed representation.
While there are conflicting reports of why Barkin left Animal Kingdom, the actor herself believed ageism and sexism may have been factors.
Her claims extend back to Season 1, with Barkin unhappily tweeting about Animal Kingdom cutting her sex scene and using the hashtag #NoSexForOlderWomen. As reported by Tenna and the Geena Davis Institute study, characters under 50 were 3 times more likely than characters over 50 to be depicted in sex scenes. This is certainly the case in Animal Kingdom, with the Cody boys getting their fair share of on-screen action and Smurf's exploits only implied. While Animal Kingdom succeeded with Smurf in many ways, it faltered in others.
Barkin's Smurf was replaced by the younger and more sexualized Layla George. In Season 6, the focus of sexualization switched to Jasper Polish's Julia, with George now playing a Smurf entering her 40s. Executive producer John Wells stated Barkin's write-off had to do with repetitive stories and reaching the end of Smurf stories they wanted to tell in the present. While Animal Kingdom's intentions likely weren't meant to come off as ageist, it's difficult not to draw that conclusion when hearing the writers believe Smurf had no more stories worth telling in the present. The Animal Kingdom movie saw Jackie Weaver's Smurf making it to the end alongside Duran, Luke Ford, and James Frecheville. With Jay and Duran also surviving TNT's Animal Kingdom, it seems strange to deviate from the source material just on Smurf's part. Without Barkin's Smurf, Animal Kingdom lost what made it unique. For many Animal Kingdom fans, the loss of Barkin's Smurf left a glaring hole. A big reason for that is that her presence made this series unique. As mentioned, Hollywood's reluctance to embrace the stories of older women, both good and bad, makes a character like Smurf rare. Animal Kingdom put Smurf front and center. Cleaning, cooking and baking apple pies were nicely juxtaposed against her coldness and sociopathic tendencies. Sure, she was a mother and grandmother, but she was also a crime boss and one that garnered a lot of respect despite her appearing as any ordinary woman to an outsider. Without Barkin's Smurf, Animal Kingdom resembled countless other crime shows focusing on dangerous men breaking bad. Even the show's other women characters, like Frankie, Deechan Lockman, Ren, Christina Ochoa, and Pam, Charlene Woodard, saw reduced roles or disappeared entirely. As executive producer Jonathan Lisco said to Vanity Fair, Animal Kingdom, in a nutshell, is really about a powerful, perverse matriarch who has an incestuous hold over her 4 dangerous boys. While that hold remained even after Smurf's death, Animal Kingdom undermined its message by shifting the show's focus from a powerful matriarch to the Cody men. Smurf might have been a heartless villain, but her presence offered equality and uniqueness that helped combat Hollywood's not-so-subtle tendency to sideline older women and their stories. And it seems Animal Kingdom fans agreed, with critic and audience scores dropping after Barkin's Season 4 departure.